You know what? I can't believe the date is here that we're living in this time period where Apple have actually given us something that's affordable, but where affordable doesn't mean you're getting less for your money or you're not getting the Apple experience, if that makes sense. Because when you say Apple devices like a MacBook Pro, MacBook Air, iPads, iPhones, Mac Studio, Mac Mini, the displays, for example, you have these expectations, you have this level of experience that you come to expect from those sort of devices. And they've managed to put that in this package called MacBook Neo. And the name itself sort of signifies some sort of like new beginning because it's new. We haven't seen a device like this from Apple that costs £599 for this version I've got here. Or you can go just a tad bit higher and get Touch ID, bigger storage for £699, which I think is also still incredible. And when you say those kind of pricing, it doesn't mean that you don't get enough for this. There's 8 GB of unified memory in there. You get the A18 chip, which is known to be really good on the iPhone. They've managed to put that in this device and still give us this aluminium build quality of a device as well. It's nice and lightweight. It's thin. We're talking 0.5-inch thin. This is 2.7 pounds in terms of the weight. And then when you look at the display itself, this is a 13-inch liquid retina display, which again, we know liquid retina displays to be really good. So for students who are going to be buying this, which I think is aimed at anyway, this is going to be a device that they can rely on in terms of display quality, and the battery life is really good as well. We're talking from 8 hours upwards of 15 hours, depending on what you're doing. So if you're really going hardcore on the system, like gaming and all that kind of stuff, which again, I don't think this is aimed at, but you can game on this. You can play Cyberpunk on this at lower settings, but it still works. That Retina display is 2408 by 1506. It gives you up to 500 nits of peak brightness, and you get 1 billion colors as well. So color accuracy is there. It's nice and sharp. It's bright as well. Just all round really good. Can you still believe this is 599 so far? I know, it's crazy. And as for the front-facing camera, it's FaceTime HD camera, which is 1080, and you get dual mic array for the microphone. It's dual side firing speakers, which surprisingly sounds really good as well. Again, just been hit with this surprise of I've just paid this much money for it, but speakers are good as well. Depending on which version you go for, you either get the lock key or Touch ID. So if you can afford to pay that extra £100 or so, get the Touch ID version because you also get a slightly bigger storage size for that price point. So you're not just getting Touch ID. The memory, internal storage goes up. It's still going to be 8 GB of unified memory, so nice and easy to pick. So, man, it's surprisingly good. The keyboard is good as well, nice travel, easy to type on. It's just a joy to type on. You got this mechanical trackpad, but what you can do is set it to tap function, which is what I've done, so I don't have to keep pressing and feeling that clicky feeling. I can just tap, which is just what I'm used to. So tap gestures are there as well, really nice. And the App Store as well, you get to download all this Mac apps on here without thinking, well, I could have just got an iPad, but you don't get those kind of full PC kind of like desktop experience when you have this one rather than getting an iPad with a keyboard. I know iPad will give you the M5 chip in there as well, but you don't get this full setup here and that price point as well. It's different. And for those who were saying, why don't you just get a MacBook Air? MacBook Air is more expensive. So it just doesn't hit that sweet spot. This just does it in terms of if I was a student, my excuse of getting a gaming laptop like this, you know, kind of like gaming, would be like, Mom, I need I need a laptop to do my university work, my studies. Whereas I can do other things on it as well. You can even start using Claude on it, start teaching your kids how to vibe code and learn coding on the go, that kind of stuff. You can do that on here. Geekbench scores are great as well. Final Cut Pro works as well. So if you want to edit stuff with that new Creative Studio, you can do that on here with Pixelmator Pro as well. You can edit using Lightroom. I mean, it does all the stuff that you'd normally want to do as a student or just a creator. You just want something on the go. Like if you're just editing Instagram Reels on the go, for example, you're not doing like high level editing. You can do all that on this and not have to worry about anything. Got 2 USB-C ports, granted, one's faster than the other one. One is a USB 3 ports, which allows for 10 gigabits per second. And you can still connect this external display as well if you want to. But you know, it's there. And the other side, the other one is USB 2, which is good for connecting all your peripherals, so more ports if you want to, so extra adapter for more ports, you can do that. And you also get headphone jacks, so if you want to plug in and edit away, listen to music, whatever you want to do, you can do that as well on here. And honestly, it's just all rounder. I don't have anything bad to say about it at all. I'm not sure it's a keyboard backlit. I just haven't noticed that because I've just been using it in bright sunlight situation. But I don't think it's backlit actually. But that's probably a downside to this. So no backlit keyboard. Look at me. I'm digging around for something that's wrong with it. And I love this color as well. This is the indigo blue or just indigo. You got the blush, which is pink. You got silver and the citrus as well, which is like a lime sort of citrusy, fruity sort of color. But yeah, bezel's a bit big on the display. That's probably another thing I can sort of dig and look at. But other than that, I think it's kind of smart. And every time I've posted about this, people just love it. But yeah, really good stuff from Apple. And long may it continue in terms of just bringing people in. And I think for Apple, it just means that when students buy this, they get used to the Apple ecosystem. And eventually, they might upgrade to the MacBook Air. And then from there, they might go to the MacBook Pro. And then from there, just add more and more as their life advances in terms of their creativity, their workload, what they need to do. They can start improving and adding to it, which is good for Apple, right? Good stuff. And I think for Google Chrome and Windows PCs and stuff, they have to be worried because this just offers that Apple feeling, you know, being able to grab one of these is just good. Anyway, just a quick ramble about the MacBook Neo. I think it's fantastic. It's a great device, and I already know one by my niece for her birthday. I hope she's not watching this. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you've bought one, what do you think of it? And if you're thinking of getting one, drop your questions below as well. See you in the next one.